Let's see. Oh, how does this work? How does this work, this thing? You and your wrestling pro. Now I'm like jealous.
Oh, did you like that?
Let's go like this. Finally, Monty has come back to the High Times podcast. Is that too loud?
Oh, yeah, that was super fucking loud. You could do that same thing, but keep it like, 12 inches away from your face. It would be fucking outstanding.
I don't know what the stream the equipment can handle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you see me sometimes. I'm like I grab it by the fucking deal right here, and then it was like, sometimes bring it in close, and then other times it's like bringing it out. You know what I mean? Kind of like April, sorry about that. Sorry about that, everybody. I tried to grab a hold of this level.
Sorry.
You got really excited there for a minute.
Okay, yeah, I gotta hold it. I gotta hold it like further away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more time with that.
What? Yeah. Mic distance, super important. Yeah, you gotta hold it further away, not too close. Further away.
Right. Absolutely. Distance from mouth is important.
The most important.
So Anna, welcome to the High Times podcast.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
This is just like our chill. Me and Monty get to see how we ended up with this thing, right? Is me and Monty always just kind of got together and smoked and talked and bullshitted anyway.
Exactly. See, I have a drug problem, right?
Oh.
and essentially to make it like okay and not do it alone, I come here and hang out with CTV and do this. And then we had such a good time that we decided to make a show out of it.
Pretty much.
And that's the story of this show, which you're now a part of. So,
yep.
Welcome to our vice, I suppose.
Nice. I've never done drugs. I've never even tried weed, like in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
What has prevented you from partaking in the ganja?
I don't know. I just never was interested in it, and also like I need my brain. Because like I want to get my doctorate and stuff, and like I worry about like the impact on like short-term memory, long-term memory, and stuff that weed could have on my brain. So
well, for what it's worth, I never smoked weed until after my time in the service. Obviously, I was 32 years old when I smoked for the first time.
Oh.
And like you, I had a lot of the same concerns. What would happen to my brain, because it had been so built up and, as far as like going through like a DARE program in school and, you see those damn commercials where they take an egg and they crack it on the pan, right? Like, this is your brain on drugs.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, right? They put the fear of fucking, everything into you.
Yeah.
Remember this one? You, Dad. I learned it from watching you.
Right.
And here I am broadcasting, by the way. I have 4 children. Okay, here I am broadcasting, live publicly to the world. Okay, smoking joints, essentially.
Yeah, so...
Good job, commercials. All right.
Right. So I
actually do have sunglasses. Wait, I do have sunglasses. Wait, I'll get them.
Go get them. I don't know, does she have wireless headset?
No.
Okay. Oh, you got like an open speaker then, so you can still hear me if you walk away in your room?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, but yeah, so like, I didn't smoke until perfect. Fucking perfect. I love it. So I was 32 the first time I did. And honestly, I didn't like it the first time. And it took really the second and the third time for me to come around to it. And the only reason why I ended up the second and third time had specifically to do with my cousin who had a stroke, and he was 29 years old at the time, like 4 years younger than me. But like after we kind of got through that, he was like, hey bro, if I can get this shit worked out, I want to smoke with you again. Because before I tried it the first time, I didn't try it with him. So I tried it, and the third time it really kind of came around for me, and it became very enjoyable. And I kind of started like this journey of healing from my PTSD. So for me, right, it's been a really, really good thing, and it's been able to open up a lot more empathy and allowed me to help deal with things that happened in the past. So then I can leave that shit where it's at and then be able to carry on smartly moving forward, really being able to know what's important and what's not important versus, just because other people are saying a thing, like I have to respond to it. It's like, no, frankly, when some people say shit, it's not worth my time. When others say shit, it may be worth me listening to, but not responding to. And when even fewer people say something, it might be worth me listening to and then responding to. So it's just about, as I've been going through this process, building like a framework for me to interact with the rest of the world, because like online interaction is so different from real life action. In the last year and a half has kind of been me figuring out kind of how all of this stuff navigates and stuff. And
he's basically he's been converting away from being a normie.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Good that it helped you though. Like it was helpful for you. That's good.
Yeah. Nothing else. I mean, alcohol wouldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
It takes, weeds plant you where you're at. And that's the other thing too, right? Is environment fucking matters. Anybody tells you the environment doesn't matter, they're full of shit, right? You got to be in a good place, good vibes, good people around you, and when you have that, it turns into a really, really great experience. So, and if you got bad people around you, bad vibes, that's obviously going to affect you too. So
you soak it up for sure.
Yep. So that's for me. That's been a lot of the journey, and kind of what my experience has been like with marijuana. I wouldn't recommend to anyone under the age of 25 to smoke, simply because the human brain doesn't stop developing until they're 25.
Yeah.
But beyond that, you're not going to be doing any more developing.
Yep.
That's probably really good advice, children. Children, if you're watching, okay? And by children, I mean people under 25. Wait till the brain develops. You have all your life to get high, okay? There's no fucking rush. No, seriously. You're going to get sick of it after a while, okay? You're going to get sick of it. You're going to be like, you know what? I could have done without this for the first 5 years I was doing this, right? And my life would not be really much different now.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah,
and
so, there could be a point, Anna, you said you're 28?
Yeah.
Yeah, so after you get through some of your stuff, you're probably going to want to try to figure out a way to kind of cut loose and maybe kind of process all the information you've obviously been intaking in order to get your doctorate, right? So.
Yeah, I know. Like maybe when, after my doctorate program, I'll be like, well, fuck it, I got my PhD.
Yeah, right.
You're on the horizontal
now.
I
can smoke this blunt.
There you go.
Okay. So now you're only gonna smoke a spiritual blunt with us,
right? But Monty's usually got the way it works here is Monty usually has like some questions.
Yeah.
Right.
I had questions, but then that got blown to smithereens. So we're just gonna wing it tonight.
We're winging it with questions about something.
That's right. Okay, so you're going for your PhD. What's the?
I'm in my master's program right now, but I do want to go on for my PhD. Yeah.
For what subject? For what's your specialty?
Clinical psychology.
Okay, and what made you want to go in there in that?
Well, so basically, I've dealt with anxiety all my life, and like it runs in my family. So a lot of my family members have like anxiety, like generalized anxiety disorder, OCD and stuff. And so since I've struggled with that too, I just kind of was like, you know what? I want to help people too who deal with this stuff.
Right.
And yeah.
You're probably learning about it for your own ends anyways, and you might as well, you know what? People learn about this and make careers out of it, and I'm studying it anyways, so
Yeah,
might as
like
well.
I was interested in it at first and was like, I actually would really like to help other people. Therapy has sort of helped me with like my OCD and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I have a daughter with the slight OCD tendencies.
Oh yeah.
Has to balance it. Has to balance things out. Very obsessed with symmetry.
Yeah, same. I'm the same. Yeah. Part of my OCD is symmetry also. Yeah.
Really. Do
Yeah.
let me ask you something. Do the
Sure.
when the wipers go on your windshield? Do
Yeah.
the little triangles that they leave? Do they make you furious?
Oh yeah, they do bug me. Yeah. Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
bugs me. I try and just ignore it, but yeah, it does bug me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're I mean we're talking about drug use. I mean, are you on any, I guess, prescription drugs? I'm on amphetamines for my
Okay.
ADHD, for
Yeah.
severe ADHD. That's
Okay.
it's amphetamines and weed for me, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so like it's weird because I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was like in high school,
Mhm.
but and so like I was prescribed Adderall, only a tiny amount though. And like
Mhm.
so I've been taking it for like 10 years and I think I've grown out of it. Like I pretty much so like I've been lowering it, like lowering my dosage of Adderall because I don't really need it anymore. And I think that like a lot of times this does happen that people do grow out of like their ADHD sort of. Like you could be diagnosed with it in like 17, 18 and you can grow out of it by the time you're like around like 30 or something. And I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
that's what happened to me. So, yeah.
Mm. I got diagnosed with it at 40.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
no, sometimes that happens.
but
Yeah.
looking back on my life, it's always been there, and I have two kids also diagnosed with it. They're bright kids, don't get me wrong. They just uh, scheduling and management and time management is just not their strong suit. Brilliant otherwise,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but that's it. Like my house is a veritable like checklists and notepads all over
Yeah.
the place. It's
Yeah.
insanity. Anyways, all right, all right. So what's been going on with you lately? What's occupying your Twitch content these days?
Mostly I've been just playing video games.
Okay, what are you playing?
Um, I just started playing this game called Stalker.
Okay,
I thought you were playing Stardew Valley.
I was playing Stardew Valley, but I just started playing Stalker, so.
why are we playing Stalker?
No.
Is it the predatory
No.
aspect? Like is this the same rush I would get from playing like Batman Arkham Knight? Like you're just like hanging from some like high place and you're ready to like
It-
swoop down.
It's actually like so it's like Stalker Chernobyl. I don't know. You're like some kind of KGB agent and like investigating Chernobyl or something.
Okay.
That sounds,
So yeah, I don't know.
That sounds similar to how the plot started for Call of Duty 4 back in the day, right? Something going on with Chernobyl? Maybe that's before y'all's time. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I never really played Call of Duty. I always like Halo.
So, Chernobyl, is this a place that you'd like to vacation one day?
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
Well, actually, no. It would be kind of cool to visit, though.
It would be cool to visit,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Yeah, just stalk around the place, see the wildlife. Does it have 3 eyes?
I know, right?
Ooh.
Any mutants?
Yeah, any mutant. That's what I want to see.
See, like a Simpsons 3-eyed fish version.
Imagine they have like, yeah, exactly. Imagine
Why
they're like,
don't
imagine
she
they have
work
some like,
that way? That'd
imagine
be
they have
cool.
some Russian scam artists. They're like, yes, come to Chernobyl. I show you fucked up animal, right? They like put, and then they badly tape some things on like some animals, like fake eyeballs or something. Oh look, he's hideous.
Oh my
He's
god,
like,
yeah.
You see my stand, right? I have merchandise, right? So
Yeah.
you take souvenir home, right?
Pick souvenir. Pick anything next to picture of Putin, and then they ask who the guy is next to Putin, and they go, that's CTV. CTV. Putin like cut off his jib.
True. Putin does enjoy the cut of my jib. It's true.
Putin, did you know that Putin admires CTV?
True.
It's true.
True. Yeah.
He's impressed by his plans for world domination at one point. He was like, you know what? I like this guy. He's got the moxie. Yeah, Anna's in disbelief. You don't think Putin could admire someone like CTV?
Wow.
No,
Wow.
I do think he. I think. He
I don't
would.
know. Okay, to come on this show and
Oh,
imply that Putin has nothing but admiration for CTV. Okay. Ugh.
Oh goodness. So I guess one of the questions that I had earlier with regard to psychology, right, is as you've kind of been making your way through the world, right? Has the amount of education that you've been receiving allowed you to like spot certain behaviors in yourself and then also in other people?
Are
Yeah.
you constantly diagnosing people?
Yeah. That's like the number one thing people complain about is like, oh, you diagnose people, and I'm like, fuck, I don't mean to, like, because like there's a sort of like I'll just use like psychology terms a lot, and then people are like, are you like diagnosing me? Are you diagnosing me? And I'm like, no, that's not a diagnosis. And
Honestly, it sounds like you say it, and I picture like two dudes being like incredibly like homophobic, right? But with that tone, yo, you diagnosing me, bro? Bro, you diagnosing me here, bro? Bro, I'm not crazy. Yo, I'm not crazy. I don't. Whoa.
yeah, no,
It's on
I think
fire tonight. I love it, y'all.
I think it definitely has like helped me identify like definitely, especially certain like personality traits in people and stuff, and like certain patterns, and just like understanding people's behavior a little bit better. But also, I'm not always great at like taking my advice. Like usually I give other people advice like from like a psychology awareness standard, but like I'm not good at taking that advice. Like I don't. It's like they're like, I don't know. Psychologists and doctors are like the worst like patients, kind of, because like they don't always like take their own advice, kind of.
I don't. First of all, because of whatever conditions, I've seen a few psychologists. None of them give you advice. I mean, or none of them ever gave me advice. None of them ever gave me advice. It's really about like isolating things that things that are quirky about me and addressing them and basically constructing strategies so that I have better outcomes. Essentially, managing it. Right.
Yes.
I mean, it's just garden variety severe ADHD. Right. But I mean, but you realize how many things it's like affected in like your relationships and stuff. And it's not that like there's something wrong with you. I think this is terrible that they give people the impression that something's wrong with them. It's just your brain works differently. It has different triggers. It has different volumes for things. Right.
Yeah,
and you need to elaborate essentially strategies to manage them, and if you can manage them properly, honestly, a lot of these what we'd call like neuroatypical people, right, have superpowers in a way, right? Because some have the ability to just, hyper focus on things. That's that's the flip side of ADHD is the hyper focus.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah,
There's pros and cons to being like neuroatypical. Or neurodivergent, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, for sure. And also there's like there's a correlation between people having like severe mental health issues and like being very, very creative.
Yeah,
like a lot of the most creative people have had pretty severe mental health issues.
Right. It seems like there's a variety of people who are just wired a different way, right?
Well, I don't know. Conversations like that always kind of bring me around to like, well, what is normal supposed to be, right? Because you can have really, really creative people, right, that have an ability to see the world differently from other people, but because they see the world differently than other people, it's
kind of,
It,
yeah.
it
I
kind
mean,
of it creates this situation where it's like, okay, well, if I was able to see these things and you can't see these things, right?
yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that like I'm more intelligent or smarter or whatever the case is. It's just like my life has and being has brought me to be able to understand these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And what someone that does not have the ability to see or do the same thing, right? If is that considered what's normal is the not? And if so, then how many of the labels that need to get put on things should be derived from only that point? And then like what is in fact a normal psychological stance, because
But we have
ultimately a lot of these things
Like
are going
an
to come down to the experience that someone's had in their own life, right?
Yeah, like psychology is very interested in what's normal because, of course, you can't define abnormality unless you understand what unless you have some sort of base, like, idea of, like, normative, which for psychology tends to be like, if you, it's very dependent on cultural norms and
right.
like social norms and
Yeah,
like
right. The construction
how
of what a person is supposed to be.
yeah,
Right.
and
Yeah.
how far you deviate significantly from those like social cultural norms. Like for
Mm.
example, personality disorders, they're defined by um like like their thinking and emotional processing and behaving is all significantly deviates from their culture's norms. So like for example, you can't diagnose someone with like a personality disorder in like another culture if it's like they're doing things that might be
Mm.
abnormal to like our Western culture, but like
Mhm.
it's normal in their culture, like, and so like you can't like necessarily diagnose someone based on just that. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Right.
yeah, so it's very much dependent on the culture norms and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Culture definitely plays its part, and then also is like individual experience on like the growing up and how
yeah,
discipline might have been taught, and uh other values that could or could not have been inserted into the child's life, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah, and
all
also
those
like
things.
the amount of like dysfunction and like distress, um, like if the deviance sort of like causes distress to like the person or to others, things like that also.
And then sometimes too, there's something to be said about like say two people being able to experience the exact same event, right? But then
Yeah.
them taking two different things from it, and then that's where
Yes.
like you get to the core of like what the individual is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's really common that like two people can see a certain event in very, very different ways.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where it's like all individuals are pretty unique, and taking the
Yeah.
time to how you choose to interact, like as the counselor or just another person in society, right?
Uh,
Yeah.
Is important, because if you're trying to, it depends on what your goals are. Most people, I would say, have some kind of goal in mind, or maybe I'm just disillusioned to thinking people have goals and all
I
they're
think
really
some
doing.
people, I think a lot of people have like, I keep getting to these situations that cause me a lot of trouble, right? And I don't know how to stop it. I don't know what habits to change, and I can't just stop, right? And I need help. I need
Yeah.
help to stop these patterns of behavior that hurt me,
Yeah.
and hurt others around me. And I think that's mostly the question that, I mean, hold on. I think a large portion of people go to see that kind of help because they're trying to answer those kind of questions. And
Yeah, a lot
at
of
least,
times. And
yeah,
sometimes, it's sort of like, and I like what you said, therapists don't give advice. Yeah, that's really true. Therapists, like, it's a really um controversial thing
mhm,
to like give advice to a client. It's like
yeah.
you avoid doing that unless like certain
I don't.
situations might call for it. But
I don't
yeah.
even like to give advice, whatever. It's not like I have a big stream or anything, right? But when
Yeah.
I talk about stuff, I make it a policy. I guess I make it a policy to not make any policies, right? Not to give advice or tell people how they should or shouldn't
Yeah.
handle a problem. All I can do is like relay my experience and tell people how I've solved the problem, right? And that's it. If they can take that as an example, or they can leave it in the trash. It really doesn't,
Yeah.
I can't do anything
Yeah.
beyond that, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just I guess I would hesitate in having. I mean, if you're thinking, I'm thinking about what it would be like to walk around just diagnosing people, right? And I realize, like, you kind of do that, right? You walk around, you judge people, right? Not just diagnose,
In
but
my
I mean,
head.
yeah,
In
exactly.
my
In your
head.
head, right? In your head, right? And there's so many times after meeting so many people that I've just been surprised, right? That my judging is worthless. Okay, and over time, I don't do it anymore. I
Yeah,
just don't do it anymore. It's
for sure.
I approach people based on what they give me and nothing else, And
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think
I
that's
should
where
clarify. I don't like go around judging people. It's just like I can like there's certain things that like after you've learned a bunch of things in psychology, like you just like can like notice shit, like just little indicators of like, well, that might like oh okay, that person and that, so that might indicate that they have childhood trauma. It's always
Mhm.
like a well, there's a chance, like that's basically what my head like that's what I do in my head when I see people. I'm like, okay, well that person has face tattoos that could indicate childhood trauma, things like that.
oh,
And
okay.
then if they like show other indicators, it's like, well, now that chance has gone up that they might have childhood trauma. Like I don't know, that's kind of how my brain works. So it's not really judging, but like, oh,
Face
that's a strong
tattoos and childhood
possibility.
trauma. Face tattoos and childhood trauma. What's
Yeah.
the relationship there?
Yeah, so like having like tattoos in like abnormal areas, like where it's like very like it deviates quite significantly from like, so like people who usually have like tattoos like on their face or like
Mhm.
hands,
Right.
that
Right.
it's correlated with childhood trauma.
Okay,
Yeah, for
but within, I
some
guess,
reason.
I imagine within some sort of cultural context, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
yes, it depends on the culture because there might be some cultures where like that's a normal thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like,
Exactly. Yeah.
right.
yeah,
Okay.
so it seems like I don't know, maybe like it's my brain used to do kind of the same thing, and it was wired that way specifically because of the training that I went through in the military, right?
Yeah.
When you're standing in like topside sentry watch and you're standing on top of a, Ohio class submarine with 24 Trident D5 intercontinental ballistic missiles that have the capability of glassing an entire continent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep your shit wired pretty fucking tight. So you're
Yeah.
always watching and seeing what people's behaviors are, little indicators through conversation. Are
CTV.
you actually who you say you are? Does the badge match up to the
Right.
name, to the face? Like,
Oh yeah,
is
you
there
have to
anything
be.
happening around the boat? Like all of this shit, right? So
Yeah.
You have
because
to
of
be
that,
extremely judgmental. I mean, there's the power of life and death here. CTV's not fucking with small missiles here. He's got
Right.
massive, powerful missiles. Okay, they'll fucking nuke. They'll nuke fucking anything. Humans. Okay, chicken, beef. Okay, they'll nuke everybody.
true, it's true.
All right.
So
Yeah.
then like I go through the world and like now after my service, right? Especially whenever I'm out in public, right? Say like where there's a real need for physical or possible physical interaction. Hell, just going to Walmart, you don't know what's going to happen. You do in fact need to kind of keep your head on a little bit of a swivel because hell, how many fucking YouTube videos we see jackasses doing shit at fucking Walmart? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, chances are down here in Central Florida, it's a little bit populated. You might have something pop off, so you might
feel
want to
like-
be ready for it.
I feel like jackasses doing things at Walmart is more of a TikTok thing now. Am
Mm,
I wrong? Am I
Yeah.
wrong? Do you really make cold YouTube videos still about this thing?
I don't know.
Yeah. Now
I
it's
mean,
TikTok, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know.
What-
So because of that, right? Because I have recognized that like now there's like only a certain amount that I actually need to do this thing, and I don't even necessarily need to use it to the fullest extent. What I kind of do now is I just kind of run it as a subroutine, and I don't. And if I'm sitting here in my own house, sitting here behind the camera, like turning the camera on doesn't make a damn as to how I would say a thing or what it is that I would do. Right? I'm just living my fucking life, and I decided to turn the camera on, kind of like the Truman Show, right?
Yeah.
Either people want to watch or they fucking don't, and the people that do, and they hang out here in the community, and they're part of the community, right? Whenever they have genuine questions, I give them genuine advice, and I kind of take things from there. Any of the other shit that happens with anybody else, right? If I don't want to have nothing to do with your ass, you'll get fucking blocked, right? There's no if, whys. Other people say, well, CTV, maybe you should. No, fuck you, right? The number one concern for me, right, is one, my mental health, and two, my wife's. And those two are more important than anything else.
Right.
So for anybody else, right, that's where I land when it comes to all of that shit. And while I can I definitely empathize with, having the subroutine running, I find that putting anything more of an effort into that until like it's worth the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there are people that is worth taking the time to, have a little bit slower conversation with, try to get to know. And then there are people that definitely don't want to open up. They want to continue being the whatever they're going to be. And that's just how you have to deal with things. So why bother giving it the light of day is where I end up landing with all of it. Because at the end of the day, it's me, my wife, and the pack here in this online sphere. That's all that really fucking matters.
How many dogs do you have, by the way?
5.
Cinco.
Wow. Aw.
Cinco. He has more dogs than I have kids, you bastard.
They are. I guess they are like his kids.
5 dogs and a cat. And the
Oh, you
cat's
have a cat?
yeah, and the cat's been with me the longest.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How's the cat get along with the dogs?
He smacks the shit out of them if they start fucking with him.
Yeah, cats are like that. Cats are like that. You any pets?
I have a cat. Her
You have
name
a
is
cat?
Sophie.
Her name is what?
Sophie.
Sophie. Okay.
Yeah. She's
Oh,
my
yeah.
little princess.
Okay. You care? I had a cat.
So
Ooh.
cute. Oh,
As you can see, this is Chief.
Chief. Oh my
Chief.
God.
Oh,
He's
there
so chill. He just
There we
like, yeah, I'm Chief. What up?
There you go.
Aw.
Does he ever put on the Spartan armor?
I'm kind of scratching his back right now, and he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Oh, this is why I picked this human right
He
here."
looks a little chubby.
Hey now, he's
Hey.
fluffy. He's fluffy,
Fluffy.
Anna.
That's right.
He's fluffy. What are you thinking? He's fluffy. Come on.
He's so cute. Chunky.
There's a pretty funny story. Monty, have I told you this story?
Maybe.
The one about how I got Chief from the animal shelter?
No. Let's have it.
Wow. Okay.
I
So
want to hear this.
this was August 15th, 2013. Okay. Chief, or as he was known in the animal shelter as Widget.
Okay.
Widget. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
what- exactly. What kind of fucking name is
Oh my-
Widget, right?
Yeah, seriously.
So at the time, I was like, I want to have a companion, right? I want to have a pet, but I don't want a fucking dog, right? Because dogs are a lot of fucking work. Okay, I'm getting ready to go, getting my associate's degree. I don't need a pet that I'm going to have to spend huge amounts of time with, because you have to spend a lot of time with dogs. You
Yeah.
just do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want a fucking dog, right? And then I didn't want a kitten for the exact same fucking reason, right? So I was like, I knew I was in this. I need an older cat, right? I need a cat that's, been walking the beat for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
He might have a bad rep. He needs a second lease on life.
He needs
right?
a second chance. You know what?
Yeah,
Cat's down on his luck. Okay. Needs a second chance.
right.
Okay. He can be useful. He can be a good cat.
So I walk in the room, right? There's a window seal, right? There's a window, and then there's a shelf right there on the inside of the room where all the cats are at. He's the only one sitting on the shelf, and he's got like the fucking perfect ass look. You know what I mean? Like the look you just seen, like he's got the look that I wanted. I wanted him gray with black stripes, white paws, white underbelly. Like he's got the fucking look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I look at him, I start petting him, and I start running my fingers, start at the top of his head and work my way down his neck, and then all the way down his back, and
So
he's just all
sensual.
he's just like, "Ooh, fucking get me, right? Just
Oh, yeah.
whatever you want, just tell me how you want me, and I am there, bro, right?" So I fucking, give him the, really, really good fucking lovin's, right? And then, like, I'm like, you know what? This cat is just fucking awesome, right? But I don't want to be the chump that picks the first one as soon as I walk in the room, right? So I turn and I start looking in the rest of the room, right? Well, there was another one that had his look, and it was up underneath his chair, but it was all kind of hiding and scared and skittish and stuff, right? And I went to go pet it, and it's all like, yes, and I'm like, Jesus, who wants to deal with that fucking drama, right? Fucking nobody, right? So then I turn, right? The rest of the cats, they're running up to me, right? And, of course, they're all like, meow, 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 pet me, pet me, pet me. And I'm all like, shit, okay. So I'm trying to pet them, right? I'm trying to pet them. Of course, now at this point, I lean down on my knee, right? So I'm, knelt down, and I'm trying to pet them and everything. And in and amongst all this, I hear a thud. Just a boop. What the fuck is that, right? So I turn, and Chief's ass had jumped down from this shelf onto the floor and was now walking this way, right? With this slow tiger shoulder rolling fucking walk, right? Right up in front. So now I'm watching basically Shere Khan at the fucking watering hole in the movie Jungle Book, right? Make his way right in front of me. So I stand up, right? And now I'm just watching this scene. And Chief comes, right? He comes, he's right in front of me. He makes this big fucking circle right in front of me. Of course, now all the other cats that were wanting pettings from me, they start backing up, right? So they're backing up. Chief's making a big ass circle in front of me, and he comes, he sits right in front of me, right? And when he sat down, he looked at all of them for a minute, just like this, and then he just fucking hissed at all these motherfuckers, right?
Oh my God.
They take the fuck off, right? I am now on high fucking alert, right? Because I just seen a cat get territorial and hiss, right? It's not obvious to me what his intentions are in this moment, right? So I look down at him, and there's a thought running through my mind. Remember, because I'm running that subroutine, I'm all like, one of two things is about to happen. Either A, he's about to submit, or B, his ass is about to hit that fucking wall. Because if he comes at me with that hissing and scratching bullshit, I'm kicking his ass that way. I ain't dealing with no cat that fucking big scratching me up. You know what I'm saying? Get away from me. So me and him, we gave this, he stops, he looks up at me, and we got this long look. He's just looking at me, right? And I'm all like, long look too. And then finally he takes his head and he runs it up into my leg, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit, that's my man right here. That's all it was right there.
Love you.
Mutual respect from the start. Right? Fucking love it. So that's been my man Chief. He's been riding with me since 13. So
Wow. Aw.
13. Oh wow, he's your buddy for life. Buddy for life, this guy. Oh boy, that's gonna be sad one day. Anyways, yeah. Yeah. I'm at a loss right now. Oh.
It's high times. We
I know.
We make this shit up as we go. That's the beautiful thing about the format, right?
Okay, Anna. All right, Anna. Oh, the glasses are coming off. Okay.
These are hurting my ears.
That happens. Yeah, that happens.
I go put my regular glasses on too because I'm blind.
Please be comfortable. The glasses thing is ridiculous.
I like it though. It looks cool.
Yeah, we look cool, right? That's what this show is all about, looking cool.
Just being chill. That's about all it is. So what are some of your ambitions, Anna? What do you, besides your doctorate, what are some things that you'd like to do in, say, the next 5 to 10 years?
I'm gonna write a book on Twitch.
You're gonna write a book about Twitch?
Yes, absolutely. My experiences on Twitch.
All right.
So we're making our way into this book, Monty.
And the Dark Triad. I'm gonna write a book on the Dark Triad.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm serious.
All
I'm
right.
going to
Is this
publish
all in the
books
same book, or are these
research.
different volumes?
There'll be different volumes, I think.
Different volumes. Okay. Okay, different volumes. So
And
one is on Twitch, and
yeah,
one is on the Dark Triad. All right. What's
they
the
kind of will
one more?
overlap.
Okay. Oh, okay. Are there a lot of Dark Triad? What is a Dark Triad?
There's a lot of people with high dark triad tendencies on Twitch, let me tell you. At
What is
least in political Twitch.
what is the Dark Triad?
Okay,
Yeah,
the
you got me
dark
curious now.
the
Yeah.
dark triad is actually technically now it's called the dark tetrad because they added sadism.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the dark triad
So there's
refers
4 of them
to
now.
yeah, there's one more. They are socially aversive personality characteristics. So it's not a diagnosis.
Okay.
It's nothing that's abnormal. They are
Sure, sure.
normal. It's part of the normal range of personalities, but they do happen to be socially aversive. So like they tend to have more negative impacts on others. And they tend to be more self-serving. So that makes they are made up of Machiavellianism, narcissism, psychopathy, and sadism.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, and this is just people who actually enact the rule breaking ideas that make them reality.
Kind of, yeah. So, like, Machiavellianism raises hand in the chat. So, Machiavellianism refers to having a very cold, callous temperament and also being very calculating and manipulative. Narcissism refers to being very self-serving and having a very
Self-absorbed, yeah.
self-centered disposition and kind of like also very much like caring about status. Like status is very important. And like kind of climbing the social ladder. Then
Right.
psychopathy also refers to like having what's known as like what is it called? Blanking on the term now.
Okay. I get the general
Yeah.
picture. I get the
Okay,
general
yeah,
picture of the
there you
kind of
go.
person you're talking about. Do you think? I mean, clearly, Twitch in the way it's like structured, okay, clearly attracts this probably more of this type of personality than general population.
I think that social media influencers, like influencer types, I think that sort of like like being like an influencer type, it would naturally attract people with more of those tendencies. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where would CTV rate on this
Hey,
scale?
that's always the question.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but you can take
just
the
said how
test.
important it wasn't to diagnose people, and this guy's like, diagnose me. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
It's
Tell me
not
about
a
CTV.
diagnosis. It's not a
You can give us-
diagnosis. It's important
No, okay,
to remember
fine.
it's not a diagnosis. It doesn't mean
Let's-
there's anything wrong with you.
No, there's nothing wrong. Okay, let's
there's absolutely
psychoanalyze.
nothing wrong.
Let's
I mean, look at
psychoanalyze
this.
CTV. Let's psychoanalyze CTV. All right, and none of it means anything. Okay,
Yeah.
it's just jokes. All right, all right, all right, all right. CTV. What does he say, Anna? What does he say to you? You know his personality now. Let's attribute some kind of like. Let's attribute some kind of label to him.
He doesn't really seem very dark triad to me, though.
Really?
Okay, he's probably
don't
not
think
dark
so.
triad.
Hmm.
I would
He's
my
scheming
guess.
He's
My
scheming.
guess, like if I were like, I don't know, this is just like literally just a guess. I'm just throwing this out. I don't know. I could be totally
Go.
off base. But if I
All
had to say maybe like
50-50.
I don't know, like if CTV was what were maybe more like I don't know, we're in one of the if I had to pick one category of like the dark triad, I would say maybe narcissism. I don't know though.
Okay.
I don't
Yep.
know.
Okay. That's fair. You like taking pictures of yourself, CTV.
No idea. So
You like look. You like your own image and stuff. You do the things with the American flag. You know, you in front of the car. You like taking pictures of yourself. All right.
Well, I'm
it's a
gonna be
little
honest.
narcissistic. It's not a bad thing.
Gonna be honest, the wife takes those pictures though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know,
so then that doesn't count. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but who posts them?
Oh yeah,
Post some CTV.
well, I'm the one who gets her behind the camera, and then I go through this like
Yeah,
almost
exactly.
ADHD, OCD fucking explanation of like, listen, babe, I need the camera at this angle with this measure of light, like the whole deal, right? Before we get to the perfect picture, and I'm like, all right, I can make that work. Let's go. Boom! Hit the enter
Okay.
button. Let's go. Right?
Nice. You have your own little
Yeah.
producer for offline content.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. You know,
Do
and
you have a
that includes like whether we're standing beside, you know, the Mustang in a suit or we're at the pool in a Speedo, right? It all
Right.
works. Yep.
That's right. Have you ever seen CTV in a Speedo, Anna?
I have not.
No.
Wow.
Wow. Are you curious? Are you curious?
Wow. Wow. I feel like I don't know. Should we be sharing that?
I think you should ask the lady if she wants to see a man in a Speedo before you show her one.
It's true. I mean,
I
it is a
am
very
neutral.
popular picture on the internet.
I'm neutral. I'm neutral, sure.
Okay.
Wow.
We just ask her for
Where do you have
consent.
this posted?
It's on the internet. I tell you what. You know what? I don't know that we can actually show it on a stream
Yeah, it might be TOS.
simply because it's not
very naughty. It's very naughty.
simply because there's the whole we're not in the pool and hot tub stream category, and I don't really want to push Twitch in their
Oh my god. They need to free the nipple. Twitch needs to free the nipple, guy. Come on.
It's kind of silly, but it is what it is. So I tell you what we will do is I'll send it to you in DM right now on air so that everybody knows that it's happening, right?
There you go.
Okay, sure.
Because what we really want to see is Anna's reaction.
Yeah,
to
that's
the
true.
American-
You've all seen the fucking.
Yeah, you've
Speedo.
all seen the Stars and Stripes Speedo with the American flag in the
no.
background. This ain't nothing
You
new,
showed it on your stream.
Fuck yeah. Everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it. It's nothing new. So anyway, there's the pic.
Oh boy. Oh my god, are you really? Wait, are they matching the flag behind you?
Yeah.
It matches the flag behind you.
He loves America. He loves America. Exactly.
America.
He wants to take a dip in America's cool waters.
Mm.
Well, you look very nice, CTV.
Well, the point here is to exude confidence that other people can grab hold of and be able to take into their own life, you know? And I feel like if I can be that inspiration to people, that's exactly what I need to be doing.
There you go.
I love how it matches the flag in the background. That's great.
It's true. April actually, she came out here to the Wolf's Den. She was staying out here with me and the wife while she was helping us with some things. And she actually, got to come here and hang out in our, the pool here in our community and see the Speedo live and in person.
Wow. A live viewing of the Speedo.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, do you love America? Do you love America, Anna?
I like America. I would say I like it. I don't know if I would say love. I guess because I feel like there's a lot of issues with America.
Okay.
But I do like it.
Okay. But you're definitely not in love with America.
No.
No. Okay. You just like America as a friend.
I like the people, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
you like the people of America. Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Okay, you're from America. All right.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you love the place that you're at then? I don't understand that.
Well, I don't really like I'm not big on nationalism too much. I don't know.
Let me tell you a story. Right? When I went to London, right? I ended up meeting a gal over there and she was from London, right? Now, she was not so big into all the things that are wrong with their government. She focused on the positive things, right? And when I met her, one of the most enjoyable things that we got to do together was her showing off London and the beautiful parts about London that you might not normally get to see, right? And that love of her country and her city, right, spoke to me in volumes just for, what it is that she decided to show me, right? Like taking me to the Sir Francis Drake's ship that is still docked. It's in dry dock now. There in London, right? And Sir Francis Drake was a privateer, right, for the English monarchy, right, which is basically just sanctioned pirating, you know. So, but like a lot of different stuff like that I got to see. So,
You
while
love
America,
you love America.
I do love America. This is the greatest
love
country on fucking earth.
You
Hands
got
fucking down. There's no place better.
that's what your Speedo says.
Fucking right.
Yeah. He loves it.
Fucking right. There's no place better than the United States. And that's what needs to be understood again, is that regardless of the problems that we have here, it's still the greatest country on the planet. There are plenty of other places in the world where slavery still actually happens.
Is there Anna, is there a country that you would wear as a bathing suit? Like if you had to wear a bathing suit that represented a country, is there one that tickles your fancy?
Not really, no.
No? Okay.
Nah.
Not about that. What about a town? A town? No geographical place. Okay. Okay.
No.
Not good enough to wear a bathing
I
suit.
like plain colors on my bathing suits. Yeah, just plain colors. Just one color.
Just one color.
Yeah,
Plain
just one
colors.
color.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
But no national flags.
Nah.
No. No, that would be ridiculous. Yuck.
Here's a good question. Where at in the country, Anna, would you end up like to settle, or would you just like to stay where you grew up?
I kind of like where I grew up, yeah, because I want to be near my family and friends. So, I'm happy here.
Do you ever want to travel and see other parts of the world?
I do, yeah. But that's why I can't really say that, like, America's, like, the greatest country, because, like, I haven't been to any other countries. It's like, I don't know if I can really
Right.
say that.
Yeah, you can't really make a judgment. It's true. I don't have enough information to know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you don't have enough information to know if you love America. What if other countries are just like, hey, you know what? It's better. It's better. I'm happier. I'm happier here. Fuck America. Fuck America. It doesn't make me happy.
Fuck you, Canadian.
Wait, is Monty Canadian?
Hmm?
Is Monty Canadian?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful what team you end up on here, right? You might end up on Team Canada before you know it. So,
yeah, we have free healthcare. Nice people, maple syrup. Okay, guys are pretty handsome. Honestly, there's winters, real winters. All right, and honestly, they're pretty enjoyable if you know how to. They're pretty enjoyable if you know how to manage them.
you know what?
You
I
know?
just listened to you say all that, and you know what I heard?
What?
Weather ineffective for Speedos.
That's not true. In the summer, you could totally wear a Speedo.
No,
All right.
you're not wearing a Speedo in Canada, bro.
You can definitely wear a Speedo in Canada. All right, in the summer, it gets very
Yeah,
hot.
and that happens all of about what, 2 weeks? Fuck
No,
you. I
no,
need a
no,
longer
no,
season than that to get a fucking
it's like-
proper tan.
There's like 3 to 4 months of good fucking Speedo weather. Decent Speedo weather. Maybe 2 months of good Speedo weather. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what Canada can offer you. All right.
Well, I
But
tell you where I
or
would-
plain colored bathing suit weather.
Well, I tell you where I want to end up settling this. Probably somewhere in like the mountains of North Carolina or East Tennessee, because there's a lot of lakes up there, and I like going swimming at the lake. I think that's fun.
Where would you like to visit first if you could visit anywhere, Anna?
If I could visit anywhere,
No, Anna, our special
Ah.
guest.
yes.
Oh, Osaka, Japan, so I could see my friends. So I could visit my friends.
Okay, in Japan.
Yeah.
Are you a big? Are you an anime lover?
I'm a bit into Japanese pop culture. Not
Okay.
so much anime, but I really like certain parts of Japanese pop culture.
Okay.
Basically.
Sorry. All my kids, half my kids are into anime stuff. Right?
Yeah.
And that's it. I went to Comic-Con with them. I drove 2 of my daughters and some of their friends to Comic-Con
Nice.
on the weekend. Yeah, it was fine. I went with my son. I had a blast. Right, apart from
Yeah.
them, But apparently, so these girls go in there and they get swarmed because one of their friends is somewhat of a big deal on TikTok. Right?
Oh no.
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
famous.
Yeah, no, but whatever, they were
No.
there, right? You know, it was a little bit of a surreal experience. Anyways, it's funny.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it was
Wow.
fun. Yeah,
Aw.
and yeah, that's it. But it's just
I like
it's very
cosplay.
popular. It's very popular. The anime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
There's
so you said Japan. That's not your jam. So pop culture. Anyways, what were we gonna say? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that I do like some anime. It's just I used to read manga and watch anime more when I was like in high school and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
There's a lot of
so,
Japanese music groups that I like though.
where do you know these friends from in Japan? How'd you meet them?
I met them in undergrad through like it was like an exchange student program, and I was like a part of that, and like
Okay.
I spoke Japanese pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I was the only one that was able to really communicate
Okay.
with them pretty well, and
Uh-huh.
like so yeah, we became really good friends, and
Oh,
yeah, I
nice.
would like to visit them.
Oh, that'd be fun. What's
Yeah,
what's in the way for you? What's the
money,
obstacle? Money. It's a
money.
money thing. Okay. Okay. All right.
Also
Mm,
time though too, because like school, I always
right.
have school.
School. Always school. How much school do you have left?
About a year.
About a year. Okay, you're almost there.
Yeah,
You're almost there. Okay, yeah. Japan can wait. Just you're almost there. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. I mean, you've come this far. It's not time to eject now. You know.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And are you excited? So, what do you think you're going to do after? Have you thought about it, or you don't know yet?
So I was originally going to just become a counselor,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm going to go into research psychology because, okay. So the thing with counseling is that you need like 1,000 clinical hours, but like you don't get paid for those hours at all. I think it's about
Oh, okay. So
50,000.
it's still a lot of low paid work after that,
Yeah, it
basically.
is a lot, and it takes people like you need that much to be able to just get like a take the LPC
Mm-hmm.
test, which is your licensing test. Like, so you can't even take it until you've had all these hours, and so I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go into research because I could do counseling later too. Like a lot of psychologists do both. They do research and counseling. So, but I
Okay.
really want to get paid. I
Right.
need money.
Yeah,
I have a lot
you
of
get all this
student
education.
loans.
Yeah, you got a lot of education. You need to. Eventually, it's like, okay, can I stop going to school? I need to fucking live here. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. And
exactly.
so that's why I am going to yeah, I want
All
to
right,
switch
you'll find a way. You'll find a way.
yeah,
That's not
basically.
to make plans and have strategies instead, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Um. Okay. Okay. And you gotta make it to Japan. All right. All right. Nice little. That's a nice little challenge. You imagine you stop your. Imagine you stop. You do your whole studies and you're just like fuck it. Learn to code.
Oh my god. I
Imagine.
would never be able to do that.
No. All right.
No, I would never be able to learn to code.
You just learn to code and then sorry, that's actually what I did. I went to university. I got 2 degrees. All right, and eventually I just learned to code. And whatever. It's a nice life.
Yeah.
It's a nice life. I work a decent amount of hours. I see my family a lot. I work from home, right? It's
Yeah. Okay.
because
Yeah.
you know what, the career thing, and this is just for me. I don't make any prescriptions for anybody else. This for but you go to school. You go to school and you learn some stuff. You learn a vocabulary to basically enter some kind of industry, right? A vocabulary of ideas, and that's essentially what you get. Okay, and other than that, it's a lot of it. I wish more kids realized that school wasn't fucking everything, and that there's a lot of hustle to be done even after you're done with school, right? And it becomes far more important. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of like research positions and technical degrees and stuff like that academia still gives them like a good training. A lot of like, you
Yeah.
know, especially like doctors, engineers, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They're still kind of in an apprenticeship mode, right? They learn from other people who do
Yeah.
the job, and there are certain things like that. And but yeah, when it gets too when it gets too abstract, after that it's just like it's kind of this book learning thing, and I feel like some of those aren't really, anyways, can be done on their own. I don't know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. In any case, as far as
Definitely
like
not.
supporting yourself,
Definitely not for therapy. Holy crap! No, this is not stuff you can learn from just reading a book. It's a lot of hands-on practice and stuff, and working with your peers and getting evaluated by your peers and your professors. Like we literally get psychoanalyzed by all our professors at the end of every course we take. There's a thing
Okay.
that we get like a global course evaluation, basically. Like and like all our professors are psychologists. They all are psychologists who have like counseled people themselves and stuff and done research themselves and stuff. And so like it's really actually it's really interesting because my one professor who I've had for all of my like a lot of my trauma courses, she actually she counseled one of the victims of Gary Heidnik. And I don't know if you guys know who Gary Heidnik was, but he was I don't know if anybody likes true crime, but
he was a great guy who was very generous with children. Is that it? Is that the story?
Yeah, something like that.
So he's a bad man.
Yeah.
Oh man, have you ever heard of this? You ever heard of this guy called Guy Turcotte? This is some Quebec lore here. No, this guy called Guy Turcotte. Okay, he basically, man, I don't know how you could do this. He's a cardiologist, I think. Yeah, he's a cardiologist, and this guy, he was married. He had 2 kids. All right, and one day, he was divorced with his wife. The wife was apparently dating like the trainer or something. It must have felt very emasculated or something. But that's kind of the profile, right? But this guy, one day he has custody of his kids, and he stabs the both of them repeatedly over and over again, right?
Oof.
Yeah. And apparently when they're talking about this, or one of his the recounts is like the son the son looks up and he says like, "Daddy, why are you hurting me?" Right? Like that's heartbreaking, right?
Yeah.
So
That reminds me of the Chris Watts case. Oof.
this guy goes down to the garage and drinks, I don't know, what is it, windshield washer fluid to like commit suicide or something. Like, you believe this guy
Such a poor plan.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah. This guy fucking snapped. I hear stories where he's like, "Oh, I hope I can live a good life again." Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, this guy. Okay? I could live a good life again. You're going to go back to being a cardiologist after destroying your friggin' children's lives? Oh my God. How did they not? Anyways,
that's how Chris Watts is too. Like, he like strangled his wife and his 2 little girls. And like in prison, he literally is like, I don't like that people judge me for doing that. It's like they care about their reputation to an extent. It's weird. But you know, actually originally before I actually started streaming on Twitch, I wanted to be a counselor for sex offenders.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah. Why sex offenders?
Well, sex offenders and violence perpetrators, but because basically they're like a really underserved population, and like they're.
Why do you think that is?
They're sex offenders.
Because people don't want to give money to help sex offenders, probably.
Yeah, but they really do need help. Like, it's really important. I did like a whole research project. Like, I did like a research presentation on group therapy for sex offenders and stuff. So like I know a whole ton about it and like what helps them, and because you do have to help them get reintegrated back into society when they are like coming back into society, and that's part of like being a counselor for them and stuff. And it helps because it helps keep like society safer and stuff, so they don't reoffend. But yeah, that's
I don't know.
why.
Yeah.
I'm kind of two ways about this because
There's research on this. There's tons of
Okay,
research on it.
really, like, for me,
You're right. Maybe it's a purely emotional, unfair prejudice. I'm sorry. All right. Okay. Just
I'm just gonna be honest with you.
You know?
If one of your goals is to try to, get a good career to be able to pay back this student loan debt, pursuing something that's going to be hard to get money spent on it is going to be a waste of your time.
Well,
I'm
don't
not
say that. If it's
pursuing
work,
being a therapist for sex offenders anymore. I wouldn't be able to anyway because I have too much of an online presence. And if you work with like those populations, like violence perpetrators and sex offenders, or like prison population, you cannot have an online presence because they will find you. There is something with like these particular clients that they get really obsessed with their therapists and like will stalk them and
Ooh.
stuff.
all right.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah, so like I can't do that anymore.
okay?
Too much of an
Does-
online
I'm
presence.
going to be honest. I'm happy to hear that.
I don't think I'd be able to handle it anyway.
No. Eh, It's quite the scenario.
Yeah.
Have you ever
They're
thought about it just for
extremely
fun?
manipulative with their
Have you ever-
therapists. though.
Have you ever thought about it just for fun? That's a weird question, right?
Just for fun?
Yeah.
No. Because I don't think it'd be
like
fun.
in no in the okay fine. I mean in the like consequence free realm of your mind. Maybe not.
No.
Okay, maybe
No,
not. Maybe
I
I'm
think
just a
so.
fucking weirdo. Maybe I'm just a weirdo.
No. Because I think most people would be like, that's kind of weird to want to work with sex offenders.
Right.
Like, that's not really normal. So, like, I'm a
No.
little atypical in
But
some ways.
what got you offended? What got you, I guess, interested in that particular population in terms of you say they need help, but why this group? Plenty of groups need help.
They really desperately need help. It's not a good it's really not good. The treatment programs we have for offenders, there's high recidivism rates still. But anyway, like, I worked with victims actually for like 5 years. I was so I was certified as like domestic violence and sexual violence like counselor, not like a licensed counselor or anything, but it was like it was more like it's like a crisis counselor kind of thing. So yeah, and I mean, I care a lot about victims of violence and stuff, and I also thought that, like, that's like another way of like sort of helping them too, is like helping to keep offenders from reoffending as well, since like the prison system does let them out, and it doesn't do anyone any good when they're let out and then they reoffend. So
okay, so basically there's no adequate follow-up for this population, and they also, like, if they're not treated properly, they will reoffend, right?
Yeah.
And yet we can't just, because of our value system, we can't just like kill them,
Right.
because they're also humans, right?
Right.
They also deserve that kind of consideration. So what do you do with that?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
What do you do with that? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's something we do really need to solve. And like it sucks because it's like it's not a very enjoyable conversation to have. Like, well, what do we do with all these sex offenders? Like, it's not. But it is kind of something that we do have to deal with. And yeah, I don't know, just yeah. And also, I guess I do have empathy for, like, I try to have empathy for everyone, because like a lot of offenders were victims themselves, and stuff. So, and that's like a whole thing, part of it.
So real quick, we just got raided by Rob Knorr.
No.
Party of 51. A party of 51. The Bears are coming in strong. Pack, let's make sure we get the emotes out. We gotta make sure. And you know what? So for some reason the overlay's not working. So this is clearly just a chat battle right now, right?
Okay.
So chat, you got to duke it out. I seen
This
a few,
many fucking
Rob
emotes.
raid lines in there. Outstanding. Rob, appreciate the raid, brother. I always appreciate getting a chance to talk to him. As a matter of fact, I was watching a clip from back in April where Rob was on the panel with me. I always like talking to Rob. We haven't got a chance to talk here in a bit. Maybe we get a chance to talk here soon. But I appreciate you raiding over here, buddy. Welcome, Rob's crew. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. We're sitting here during the High Times podcast.
9:30 to 11 on Tuesdays.
True. 9:30 to 11 on Tuesdays here with MontrealPlayer and tonight's special guest, Anavoir. Welcome. We're sitting here talking about, we've been all over psychology.
We're talking about sex offenders at this point.
Yeah.
So you came in at just the right time. You just,
Group therapy for sex offenders.
exactly.
And I'm here.
Did you know that you have to have group therapy for them?
What?
It has to be group therapy for them.
What do you mean you have to have group therapy for them?
Let me ask you this.
They have to get individual therapy and group therapy. The group therapy is extremely important for sex offenders to have because you have them hold each other accountable, and also like the group has to become like their support network too, because society is kind of like, you know, most people have pretty much like cut them out of their lives, so they don't have anyone else.
So they have to
rely on each other.
Commune with other sex offenders.
Yeah, pretty much. So
and then you have networks of sex offenders. And then
if
you have
they're
networks
getting
of
like
sex
the
offenders.
urge to reoffend, it's like that they're supposed to call up fellow sex offenders.
So hold on. So
Okay,
you bring
so
together networks of sex offenders. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. You bring together networks of sex offenders. Okay, and then give them therapy that's bad enough that they all kind of have a high rate of recidivism. This is brilliant. No, this is brilliant. Just create entire networks of fucking sex offenders and send them out onto the world. That's how we're working right now. Okay, sorry, CTV, I interrupted.
It's not good. It's not effective.
Well, I feel like using the same philosophy when it comes to, you know, like that you would for Alcoholics Anonymous and, you know,
Right.
That's just not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all because it's a completely different action. It's not an action that you're taking on yourself. It's an action that you're forcing onto another individual.
Yeah,
right?
and also
it's not of the age of consent. And like that's where, for me, I've got a completely different solution to this problem.
Oh boy.
No, the problem is
it's real easy for CTV how to solve that problem. Once you've crossed the line of action, well, you know what? Albert Einstein wasn't wrong whenever he said that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? And, you know, robbing the innocence of a child means that I need to rob you of your ability to live, right? In this particular video game, we find ourselves here in this virtual world, but I got zero tolerance for that shit, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way. So yeah.
But you know what? If they have a condition that compels them to do that, right? Think about this. What is their avenue for living in society exactly? Right? Like, what's the path forward that leads to a good outcome?
Pan's right. That was Newton that said that, not Einstein.
What's their avenue like forward to be a good citizen? Do you come forward like, look, I have these urges. I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to do anything bad. Okay, and you come over and they think that society's going to treat them well after that, right? Or
no,
is
they don't. They're
or is it more of a gamble
aware.
to be like, look, I'm going to try to keep this shit under control. Let's say they know they have the urges, but they have good intentions, right? They're like, look, I'm just going to try to keep this shit under control, and I hope it never gets me, right?
Yeah, most of the time, like the thing that really like motivates them is like self-serving intent. So it's like, I never want to go back to prison, so I won't reoffend to avoid going back to prison. And that's part of how you have to do like treatment with them also. You have to frame it in like a self-serving way. Because unfortunately, like framing it in a, well, have empathy for your victim, that's not, no, it doesn't do it.
Well, that also goes back to another argument of like, why is it that we should be sitting here trying to make these prisons into fucking spas when it needs to be something that is not an enjoyable fucking experience from the start?
Oh, really? Are people coming out of prison just loving it?
Well, I think that, you know, you get these people that decide to commit these acts, and then they end up put in a separate wing of the prison apart from the entire gen pop because it's, you know, known that they did a thing. Well, the fact of the matter is if you did this thing, you're still going in Gen Pop, asshole. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
All your fucking actions at some fucking point, instead of the prison supposed to take, some special care for you because you decided to do this thing. No, fuck you. Fuck that shit. I ain't got patience for that shit. It's just dumb. Throw them in with Gen Pop. You know what? Matter of fact, I wouldn't put a sign on their fucking head, right? And I wouldn't let the guards talk about it. But if it got found out through other fucking means, it is what it is.
Well, I think...
But I ain't putting you in a separate part of the fucking prison because of it. That's just dumb.
Well, I think...
You had no problem... You had no problem hiding your fucking behavior out in amongst all of us. Let's see how well you do hiding that shit in with Gen Pop, motherfucker.
Okay. Don't you think that kind of attitude is why they'll never come forward and just out themselves so they can get proper treatment?
Well, if they never come forward and never, ever decide that crossing that line of action is something that should even be considered. Because the moment that you do, rest assured, I will be there like the motherfucking wolf, ready to rip out some jugulars out there in Yellowstone National Park out of some motherfucking deer. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like the right strategy for these people, as far as you're concerned, and as far as probably a lot of people, is keep your fucking head down, all right, and hope you don't bust out, okay, because you can't control your urges.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that's the choice. You're basically either that or die, right? Or die because people hate you and they want to,
Well, yeah, and they're very much aware of that too. They're very aware of it.
Well, it's like, what is the path forward? Like, let's say, oh boy, I don't want to say it. Let's say I'm someone who loves to play video games like this, okay, and I don't want to hurt people. All right, I want to be a good person, right? But I know I have these urges, and I have to go, see somebody about it, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I don't have the resources, or I don't have that kind of clarity of thought of like how to proceed. But it's like, but if I out myself, people will want to fucking kill me, right? Like actively, normal people will want to kill me, and socially they'll have a sanction to do it. So it's not a good idea for me to like seek help on this one. Like that's a paradox that
it is an issue. It is an issue because there are people who do have those urges and but they have not offended yet, and they might not offend. However, the problem is that like it's so demonized, which it is understandable why it's demonized. Like I'm not saying that's wrong. It is understandable, absolutely.
But it's still a reality. Yeah.
But it is a reality that, and like it would be good if they could sort of like look for treatment, kind of.
Well, this is where I think the conversation with regard to things like HIPAA, right, and patient-client privilege, right, like these things being excluded from the legal system, et cetera, are important, right? Because the fact of the matter is if you're having these kinds of issues and you're smart enough to be able to recognize that you're having this issue and it's fucking wrong, right? Then you're also smart enough to know that, like, hey, maybe I do want to seek some help. Maybe I need to get my own shit in order, have a fucking job so that I can pay to talk to somebody about this thing and keep it where it needs to be, is inside Pandora's fucking box.
Right. Yeah. But that kind of help is not really accessible to a lot of people.
It's not. No.
You gotta get your shit together. I don't know what to tell you.
Just gotta get your shit together while you're dealing with the debilitating urge to do something very, very bad. All the time. Just get your shit together.
There's a lot of people walking around in polite society because I choose not to take care of problems on my own, and I allow the government to be able to fix them.
Well, that's
you see what I'm saying?
That's another strategy. Sorry, if you like to play this, particular video game, maybe you tap into your dark triad powers. All right, and you fucking manipulate your way into positions of power where nobody, will ever question you about any of the urges that you have. Okay, and you are so committed to making this scenario possible. Okay, that you will literally do anything. It doesn't matter, because if you just obey your urges, what rule haven't you broken at this point, right? So when that world of possibilities opens to you, okay, I guess that's another way to go, CTV. You're right. Don't be oppressed by the man. Satisfy all your urges and do whatever it takes to make it happen. There we go. There's a life strategy, huh?
You gotta take control of your own fate, man. there's no way that anything that's happening inside of you that you don't have the ability to be able to control.
See, he can't be a narcissist. The real answer is no. It's not my fate. I'm your fate. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Okay,
like bring up
all right.
such a
No,
dark topic.
Oh no, it's fine. No.
I figured
I love
though.
having these topics.
It is
but
spicy, and it's something
it
I
is-
talk about occasionally from time to time with like my stream and stuff.
yeah, just explore those. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
explore
it's-
any ideas at the High Times podcast.
There you go. So
It's-
So for me, it's like I can see, people that don't cross the line of action, right, to do a thing, then, there's at least a reprieve where it's just like, okay, you got some really fucked up shit going on in your head. You need to actually go seek some professional help. I don't know what that looks like, but you need to get your shit together and make sure you can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not very
And if you
accessible.
do go this other way, I'm telling you right now exactly where I'm going to land at on the issue. So when the piper comes around to get fucking paid, right, understand that you knew that the moment you took that action, you created the debt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, CTV is a very strong proponent. In our society, we don't accept this kind of behavior, okay? And we would gladly cull it from our population.
Hmm.
That's his attitude.
Yeah.
It's a precarious situation for people involved. It's 10:52. I have one more question for Anna.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Do you have a deck, Anna?
Oh.
Deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live in an apartment or a house has a balcony, maybe a deck or something.
Oh
like that?
no, I don't have that at all.
No deck.
No.
Nope.
Would you like to have a deck?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
What would you do?
I gotta
What would you
move.
do? Okay. What would you do on your deck?
I don't know.
Would you have people on it?
Maybe I'd stand there and drink some mimosas or something.
Mimosas. Ooh,
Chill on my deck, drinking some mimosas. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ah, that sounds nice.
I gotta be honest. I love laying out on my deck in my Speedo.
You have a
It's just-
deck? Your Speedo.
Hell yeah. The
Yeah,
world the world is my deck, right?
That's right.
That's why I
The
live the
sun
mobile
shining-
lifestyle. I can
The
find
sun
a deck
shining on
anywhere.
CTV's deck. The sun shining on CTV's deck. Isn't that a pretty picture?
Wait, that picture with him in the Speedo?
No, just the mental image of CTV on, in a Speedo, okay, on your deck. Or you're on his deck. You're on his deck.
I've never seen his deck.
Well, I mean, of course not. Of course not. You barely know each other. But one day, maybe. Maybe, well, there'll be a Twitch thing. CTV has a mobile home, all right, and he could go to a Twitch thing and lay out his deck.
It's a
okay,
mobile
in
deck,
front
as a
it.
matter of
And yeah,
fact.
it's a mobile deck.
deck?
Mobile deck. Exactly, and you know what? And one day, maybe you have a drink, okay, and hop on CTV's deck, okay. We'll all have a laugh, all right, and it'll be wonderful. I only say CTV because I'm never going to meet any of you.
He's never leaving Canada, so I'm gonna have to
Never.
make a trip to Canada at some point, is what I'm hearing.
No. My life will never touch the online world. I promise you.
Oh, see, so even if I was up there in Canada, you'd be like, nah, CTV, we can't get together and have a beer. Is that
Sorry.
what I'm hearing?
I'm sorry, you can't see what I have going on around here.
Wow.
Unfortunately,
Y'all heard it, right? Founder in the channel wouldn't have CTV over for a beer. Can you believe it?
I have a family to protect.
Wow.
I have a family to protect.
Wow.
I take it
No
very
cameras,
seriously.
no cameras, no nothing, just a beer. Can't do it. Wow.
Okay, we could have a beer. We could have a beer on your deck. All right, I'll meet you in your deck in my
I'll
town.
bring my mobile deck, right? And we'll have a beer.
I will
right?
definitely have a beer on your deck if you're around here. 100%.
Yeah, I don't got to come to your house. We can just get
Yeah,
together. You know what I mean?
that'd be great. Anyways, and And that's it. Okay, that's too bad. We usually have good chats about deck construction around here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
usually like we end up talking about how like there's lots of things that you can do on your deck, right?
Yeah.
You can lay out on your deck. You can have your deck wrap around your pool, right? So
That's
you
the
can
best kind.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You like that? Okay.
Yeah.
You can have a gazebo up over the pool connected to
So-
your deck, right? So
and-
you've got a nice covering, right, over the.
Okay. So Anna, describe your perfect deck.
I don't know. I haven't really given it much thought.
Close
But
your
I
eyes,
like
Anna.
to-
Close your eyes, Anna. Close your
Near
eyes.
a pool.
Close your eyes. Do it
Mhm.
now. Close your eyes. All right. The sun's shining. The wind's blowing. All right. You feel it on your skin. All right. The heat is on your skin, and you're sitting on this beautiful deck. Okay. On a property that you feel safe in. All right. Now, tell me, Anna, what does it look like?
It's a big deck, and there's an
Big deck.
in-ground pool.
In-ground
The
pool.
fountain.
Big deck. Is it made out of? What is it made out of? Is it plastic? Is it wood? Is it
What do people make decks out of? Wood? I don't know.
wood,
right?
plastic? Some have steel and concrete.
The best kind are wood, though. Best kind
But
are
the
wood.
best time is wood. It's wood. It's got that feel.
Probably wood.
It's hot
yeah.
with the sun. Yeah, a nice wood
But the
deck.
statue would be stone, right?
Mm.
Now,
The
I'm more
statue.
curious about what the statue looks like. What is this statue of? Close your eyes again. Now, what's the
Hey,
statue?
no, where did you introduce this statue? Okay, well, this is her deck. Anna, close your eyes.
She did. She did.
All right,
She said
all
there
right.
was a
So
statue.
you're on your deck.
Wait, I think
You're
I
on
said fountain, didn't I?
Yeah, a fountain. Right, a fountain.
Oh, there was a fountain. Okay,
Well, yeah, like okay, so
a little
my
pool. That's
my
right.
uncle has like this in-ground pool, and he has like this fountain that like runs into his pool and stuff, and there's like this like jacuzzi thing too, and like I don't know, I like that.
A hot tub, some nice deck, and a hot tub.
There's like a fountain too.
Oh, there's a fountain. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And what are you doing? What are you doing on your deck? You're lying down on it. You're sitting on it. You've got a lawn chair.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And
Sitting drinking mimosas.
who built the deck? Who built the deck?
My boyfriend.
Your boyfriend. So this is
Yeah.
this is you and your boyfriend.
I sit on the deck and sip mimosas while he works on the deck.
Well, he works on the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you ever help him? Do you ever work on the deck?
No,
No, you never
No.
work on the deck. I
No.
feel like
I just watch.
you just watch. Oh, okay, you just watch. That's nice. Okay, that's nice. So that's okay.
So clearly,
do you like
she's going to be making all the money, right? She's going to have her, her significant other has to do the work of building the
Right.
deck that she can enjoy. So clearly,
Yeah.
she's got this 6-figure salary, right?
Exactly.
That's paying for everything, and then that way she's just
So-
like, "Look, honey, you're get to enjoy. I want to enjoy watching you work today. So if you don't mind adding a few sections to the deck over here, right? Make sure you stand it all up nice and smooth. Get the lacquer out. Want to make sure it's brushed all nice and with those long strokes. You know how you do, right? Yeah, that's what she's doing.
So when your
No,
boyfriend,
I'm joking. I would help out though. I like
Okay.
painting.
you like painting?
I
Oh,
like
there you
painting
go.
And staining
It's-
wood.
Staining wood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, stain it a nice dark color.
Not too
and-
dark. I kind of
Not too
like the lighter wood look. Yeah.
The lighter wood look, right? A nice
Mhm.
clean look. A nice
Yeah.
clean look of wood. Yeah. Yeah. All right. When your boyfriend's erecting his your deck, right? How do you feel? How do you feel when you watch him erect your deck, or erect his deck? Whose deck is it?
Both of ours.
It's both your decks. Okay, so so how does it make you feel when he's erecting your?
But they're
Collective
erecting
deck.
a deck together.
Are you? So you are helping him. You are helping him erect the deck.
Yeah, a little bit in between sipping mimosas. Yeah, I'll be
Okay.
helping a little.
All right, but mostly you like.
Let him do all the work.
But mostly you still do want to have parts where you just watch.
Yeah.
All right, and how does it make you feel when you watch him erect the deck?
I don't know.
Huh? Huh?
I don't
You
know.
feel like this guy? I want him to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Well,
Okay.
folks, that
Yep.
was. This is the High Times podcast where it's always a little interesting and crazy, but you know what? We have fun we smoke some weed, and we talk about the issues of the day, which are nothing that you'll find on the mainstream, right?
Exactly.
We're talking about the shit that matters around here, okay?
Exactly. Important
and deck erection
conversation.
and safety. Deck erection and safety is chief among
You're
the
right.
things that yeah. Because if you know how to erect a proper deck, right, you'll be able to grow the right kind of bud, right, to take you to the best place.
That's right.
The best place.
The
And
secret,
with that,
the key to life is a great deck.
with that, we'll turn it over to Montreal to close us up. Anna, do you have anything before we turn it over to Montreal?
I don't think so.
And where can people find you at?
Oh, at twitch.tv/Anavoir. Yeah.
Awesome. Anna, I want to thank you tonight for jumping in last minute. Galaxy Moses, was supposed to be here, but she had some real life issues, and we'll be looking forward to seeing her next week here for the High Times podcast. But thank you, Anna, for filling in last minute. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. This was fun.
Yeah.
Anna, it was lovely meeting you.
It was nice meeting you too, Monty.
Yeah, you've been a delight. We had some good laughs tonight. CTV, always a pleasure.
Always.
Anna, great. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for coming in. Thank you for being there. Okay, filling in at the last minute, but I'm very happy. Very happy accident. I mean, no, that's a terrible thing to say. Galaxy of Moses, get better.
Remember who said that, Galaxy next week, right? Remember who said that.
Yeah, clearly you know what I mean. But yeah, that's it. And twitch.tv/MontrealPlayer. Chill chats, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 to 11 p.m. That's it. You're gonna follow me? Do it. Have a great night, everybody.